We might have completed these questions, but still, anybody doubt about 61 or 62 or 63? I hope some of you tried all these questions, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. These 4 questions, 64 to 67, any doubts? Okay. 68 or 69? 70, 71, 72. I think they're all directly based on the formulas. Up to 76. Any doubt up to 77? Anybody want to tell how they have done 76? Nobody has done 76, or you are thinking how you are done? Am I audible to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir,
Yes, please.
sir, I took general points, sir. Like x1 as CT1, x2 as CT2, and y1 as C by T1 and y2, like that. And I substituted in that equation, sir. Chord joining the points T1 and T2.
Okay. Nobody has done anything else?
Sir, I took those 2 points. I found the slope. Slope is y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. And I wrote like normal straight line formula, sir. Like y minus y2 equals y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1 into x minus x2.
Okay. After
Then I took the points as x1 comma c square by x1 and x2 comma c square by x2 and I substituted.
Okay. Good. All right. So somebody has done by CT1 comma C by T1. Somebody found by directly straight lines method. Good. I want to tell one or two things slightly different maybe. Okay. One of the easiest thing is I felt like this. Let us see if it's good or not. At least suddenly an idea came. They gave a card where this is x1 comma y1 and this is x2 comma y2. What is the midpoint of these two? x1 plus x2 by 2 and y1 plus y2 by 2. So apart from the 2 methods the students told, I want to tell 3 more methods. One is, I know this. Directly I can use s1 plus s2 equal to s1. Let us see what will come with that. That is one thing. Second thing is, if I know midpoint, I can use s1 equal to s11, na? Yes?
Yes, sir.
That is one thing. One more thing, I want to tell this more easy. You know, in any hyperbola, if you take a card, the midpoint of these two and midpoint of these two is same, na? I told that is one of the properties.
Yes, sir.
That means this is midpoint of these two also, right?
Yes, sir.
So anybody want to tell what is this point will be then?
2x1 comma 0.
No. It will not be double of this. It will be double of this. This is the midpoint, not this.
x1 plus x2
x2 comma 0. This is 0 comma y1 plus y2. Right? So this x-intercept, this y-intercept. What is this line equation?
x by
x1 plus x2. right? Okay. So this is one thing based on the midpoint concept. If I use this, what will happen? S1 means xy1 plus yx1 by 2 minus c square. S2 means xy2 plus yx2 minus by 2 minus c square. This is x1 x2 plus x1 y2 plus x2 y1 by 2 minus c square. This is S1, this is S2, and this is S12. Now, if I combine these two, I will get x into y1 plus y2 plus y into x1 plus x2 minus c square will go that side as c square plus, and by 2 will cancel. I will get x1 y2 plus x2 y1 plus 2c square. One c square I can write x1 y1, another c square I can write x2 y2. Then this will become product of these two. Okay, then you divide it, you will get the answer. Like that also you can do it, but I like this method. Okay, what if I use s1 equal to s11? I'll get x into y1 plus y2 by 2, y into x1 plus x2 by 2 minus c square is s11 means of course I have to take x1 plus x2 by 2 into y1 plus y2 by 2 minus c square. So this is also nice. It will come, divide it, you will get the answer. Yeah. So even s1 plus s equal to s12, little work is there, but s1 equal to s11 is nice, and this is midpoint. These two are also nice. Okay. Anyway, whether if this question comes in the exam, this may save time. Whether it comes in the exam or not, different methods at least remind you of different formulas or different properties that we learned. Is it all right?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
I don't think all questions we can do by different methods, but some questions there may be. Okay, so don't be satisfied by solving a question. Okay, so don't say homework is over. If homework is over, redo the homework by different methods. Okay, 77 or 78. Anybody any doubt? Of course, 77. Nothing is about hyperbole at all. Why? Because tangent and normal are perpendicular. So just take product of the slopes is -1, we'll get it. Nothing connected to hyperbole. This 78 is a property. Okay. Up to 81. Anybody any doubts?
Sir, 81, sir.
81. Okay. Okay, 81 is a nice question. Basically, you want to take a double ordinate, that is a vertical perpendicular to transverse axis, join to this. If this angle is 60, automatically these two will be 60, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. If you want this angle to be 60, it is definitely possible. If not for this double ordinate, some double ordinate will be possible. The only condition is angle between the asymptotes should be more than 60. Correct now? As long as angle between asymptotes is more than 60, some double ordinate or other will definitely subtend 60 here. That's it. Angle between asymptotes is 2 secant inverse A. That should be greater than 60. Secant inverse A is greater than 30. Secant inverse C is well. Okay. And apply secant on both sides. Cos is decreasing, but secant is increasing. So you'll get E greater than secant 30. So eccentricity should be more than 2 by root. Almost same. If you take a point here as A secant theta, comma B tan theta, this slope should be what? Tan 30, right?
Yes,
This angle
sir.
is 30, no? So tan 30 degrees equal to b sin theta by, sorry, a secant theta comma b tan theta. So b tan theta by a secant theta. This is sin by cos, this is 1 by cos. You'll get 1 by root 3 is equal to b by a into sin theta. But that is less than b by a. B by a sin theta is always less than b by a, right? Okay. So b by a is greater than 1 by root 3 means eccentricity is greater than root over 1 plus b by a whole square. Substitute that 1 by root 3 here, we'll get same answer.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, just a visualization. Can all of you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. Yeah, some questions are basically formula is there, directly apply formula. Some questions you have to think. Up to 84, any doubts?
Sir, 84th question.
I think it is not vertical, they are vertices. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Even if they are vertices, 1 minute, hyperbola passes through this. You can find the hyperbola, na?
Yes, sir.
How? Because, no, wait, you know, a value, you don't know, okay, x square by 6 minus y square by b square equal to 1. How will you find b? Substitute 10, 16, you'll get b, right? 10, 16. Okay, 84, whoever a doubt, first of all, they are vertices. And then the hyperbola equation is x square by 36 minus y square by b square equal to 1. How to find b square is substitute 10, 16. You will get it. And then for normal, you have a formula, a square x by x1 and all. Is it okay, 84?
Okay, sir.
About common tangent questions you could do comfortably now.
Yes, sir.
But we don't have any formula for common general tangent for this. Then what will you do in 82?
Sir, the general point is CT1 comma minus CT1.
That's okay for general point. Forget about all this. Let us, I don't know formula, I want to derive it. Y equal to mx plus c to be tangent to this hyperbola. How to derive condition? Anybody want to give an idea?
Sir, we know the general tangent for the parabola, no, sir. Y equal to mx plus b by m or a by m.
Correct. A by m, yes, correct.
Yes, sir. So we will substitute y as minus 4 by x, sir. We will solve that and discriminant will be 0 for that equation.
Yes, correct. For any time you forget any formula, even for y equal to 4x and all, how to get for a line to be tangent? Simply substitute the line in that equation. In the place of y, substitute mx plus c, you get a quadratic equation in terms of x. If roots are equal, it is tangent. Okay, so you don't, some formulas we forget, you can do that. Yeah, so in this question, you can take general tangent to parabola y equal to mx plus 4 by m. In the place of y, substitute that mx plus 4 by m, you'll get a quadratic equation in terms of x. For that, b square equal to 4a. Okay, numerical first 5 questions. Anybody any doubts? Okay, that's it, right? Numerical 6 questions.
Sir, once explain sixth question.
6th question. Oh, this is actually we're done in circle chapter itself, but it's okay. Basically, this hyperbola and a circle are intersecting at 4 points. They want product of the y coordinates. Of course, circle center is not origin. I'm drawing on the screen itself. This is a hyperbola. You can even have a circle like this. These are the 4 points. What is the product of y coordinates? It is always c power 4 or something. Let us see y. You take general circle equation. X square plus y square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c equal to 0. When a hyperbola and a circle are intersecting at 2 points, how will you find a point? By solving. How will you solve? Wherever x is there, based on the hyperbola, can I write c square by y?
Yes.
Okay, when you do that, you will get a fourth degree equation in terms of y. You will get y power 4, y cube, and all that. At the last, some constant will come that will give you product of the y 4 y values. That will come exactly c power 4, I think. So c power 4 is 4 means c square will be 2. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, anybody has any other doubts in hyperbola means material? No. Now shall I discuss ellipse advanced material or hyperbola advanced material? Anybody tried advanced material? At least some questions, 20, 30, 40 questions.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir.
Okay. I think ellipse some odd numbers I discussed it, but still. You want me to ask these 5 questions? Any doubts like that, or anybody already have numbers you want to ask? Okay, ellipse single answer questions. First 5. Anybody any doubts? Okay, whoever tried, do you have doubts numbers with you? Please respond. Or whatever you tried, you got it.
Option 14th one.
Which one? Single answer 14 in ellipse. Okay. This is actually reverse of, you're asking this 14 question only, no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. A tangent to this ellipse meets this at this, okay. Yeah, it's you take an ellipse and little smaller ellipse. There is a tangent to this smaller ellipse intersecting the bigger ellipse at 2 points, and there you draw tangent. They're asking what is this angle. Okay. As I said, whenever this angle is constant, the locus of this point, okay, when angle is 30 or angle is 150, same answer will come together, combined equation. I said that right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So if you want to tell this angle, if you want to know what is this angle, the locus of this point. Actually, the question was different here. What is the question is, they would have given differently. They would have given this locus itself is the curve, and would have said P is a point on this. Find the chord of contact of this. That is always touching one ellipse. What is that ellipse equation? They did not ask that way. They asked for this. There is one tangent. It is intersecting the bigger ellipse at 2 points. There, if you draw this angle is constant, what is that? Okay. Of course, I can do from the options, but I very well know that the locus of this is direct circle. Why? Because If it is not 90, any other point, the locus of this equation is not simple. It is complicated, and we are not going to get like this. But anyway, or another way of saying is, if I give an ellipse other than directed circle, if I take any other circle and take a point and draw two lines and find chord of contact, can I say it is always tangent to an ellipse? Maybe I can say that. Just 1 minute. Instead of solving this, I want to make a question. What was my question is this. This is x square by a square plus y square by b square equal to 1 is a fixed ellipse. There is a bigger circle x square plus y square equal to r square. To take any point on this, draw two tangents, chord of contact will be there. This chord of contact always touches a curve. What is that curve? I want to know that. R, A, B are fixed. So take this point as r cos theta, comma r sin theta. Then what is this line? S1 equal to 0 with respect to this. We'll get x into r cos theta by a square plus y into r sin theta by b square equal to 1. Can I say this is always tangent to one ellipse? Yes. What is that is? It is x into cos theta by, you write a square by r here. Y into sin theta by b square by r equal to 1. Does it look like general tangent of any particular curve? Anybody? A and R are fixed, theta is variable. As theta varies, this line is always tangent to an ellipse. Anybody want to tell what is that ellipse equation?
Sir, x square by a square plus y square by b square equals 1 by r.
X square by the square of this, a square by r whole square. Y square by the square of this, b square by r whole square equal to 1. X square by a power 4, because it looks like x cos theta by a, but a is replaced with a square by r. Y sin theta by b, b is replaced with b square by r. Yeah. So that is one thing. So the locus of, okay, that means reverse of this. You take any ellipse, any other ellipse with the same center. I think if you draw a tangent, in the end, if you draw two tangents, the locus of this point is definitely some circle or other. Correct? But if it is other than directed circle, if it is anything else, okay, this angle is not a constant. Okay, only for directed circle is constant. But anyway, we'll still do it. I'll just prove it with directed circle, then it is done very easy. Okay, let us see what are the equations. X square by 4 plus y square by 1 equal to 1. Another one is x square by 6 plus y square by 3 equal to 1. Okay. This is the smaller ellipse, that is the bigger ellipse. Yes. This is the first one, this second one. Okay, so I have to take tangent to this and then draw tangent. So I have to find locus of this point. If I want to do by proper method, I have to take this tangent, find the pole, and find locus of that. What is this tangent equation? The general tangent to this one, x cos theta, or I'll do without all this. I'll take this point as x1, y1. I want to find locus of this point first. Then with respect to bigger ellipse, this is s1 equal to 0. That is x1 by 6 plus y1 by 3 is equal to 1. And this should be tangent to the smaller circle. For a line to be tangent to a circle, n square equal to a square l square plus b square m square is the condition. N is 1 whole square, a square is 4, L is x coefficient which is x1 by 6 whole square, b square is 1 and m is y1 by 3 whole square. You can see this 4 and 4 will cancel, you will get x square plus y square equal to 9. Okay. So the point from which when you draw two tangents to this and the chord of contact touches this, the locus of that point is this circle. And that happened to be directed circle of this ellipse. That's why this angle is 90. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. One may say, what if it is not directed circle? If some other circle I would have got what is that angle? Then I said that angle is not constant, so they will not ask. Up to 15, anything else? Yeah, you are asking about numbers, right? Anybody has any other doubts in ellipse? Advanced material, please tell me the numbers.
Sir, can you explain the eighth one?
Okay. A circle has same center as an ellipse and passes to the foci. The two curves cut in 4 points. P is one of the points. Okay. Okay, so we have an ellipse and the two foci are maybe quite stretched. And there is a circle with those with entire diameter. There are 4 points of intersection. I need to find this area. Length of major axis 15. Okay, 2A is 15 and triangle S1P S2 area is 50. All right. Okay. So basically, the circle with AE comma 0 and minus AE comma 0 is intersecting the ellipse. So what is the ellipse equation? X square by plus y square by b square equal to 1. What is the circle? X square plus y square equal to a square e square. If I want to find area of this triangle, I have to know height, that is y coordinate. So better to eliminate x coordinate. So in the place of x square here, I can write a square e square minus y square here. A square e square minus y square by a square. Plus y square by b square equal to 1. And I'm just thinking another method also I wanted to do it. We'll do that. Okay. Coming to this, this by this is e square. If I combine these two, I'll get y square common 1 by b square minus 1 by a square is equal to 1. Send this on that side. This is a square minus b square by a square. B square is 1 minus e square. 1 minus e square is what is that I want? Yeah. Place of x square, I wrote a square, e square minus y square. This square is separate, this square is separate. Equal to 1. Okay. This is a square, e square, and this I connect b square by a. Yeah, that's good. So this is b square by a. B square by a square. Send everything to that side. 1 a square will cancel. I am getting y square equal to b power 4 by a square minus b square is a square e square. So from that y coordinate is b square by a. So for this point, the y coordinate is coming b square by a. How? Solve this circle and ellipse and eliminate x square. We'll get a quadratic equation. Not we'll get an equation in terms of y square, but we are getting y square value. So this is okay. Base is 2a and height is b square by a. That is 50. Cancel a, cancel 2, it is b square. Oh, with all these things, what actually happened is area of this triangle came b square. Is it okay? Megavani?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So now you know b square value, you know a value. I think you can find what they asked. But they asked eccentricity. They asked eccentricity. Yeah. So you know A and B, you can find eccentricity. I'm only interested in y coordinate of this. So can I do something else? Let me see. This is 0, 0. This is also AE because this is AE, this is AE, this should be AE. If I take this as A cos theta, B sin theta and apply distance formula, I'll get A square cos square theta plus B square sin square theta equal to A square E square, which is A square minus B square. Which is also A square E square. Now leave it. If I bring here, I'll get B square plus B square sin square theta equal to A square into 1 minus cos square theta is A square sin square theta. The area of this is half into 2AE into B sin theta. Half will cancel. AE into B sin theta. Will I get that anywhere? If I send this on that side, B square equal to A square minus B square into sin square theta. Okay. So I'll get some B sin theta from here. Put it also is the same. So you can use parametric form or without parametric form. Either way is okay. Okay. Any other doubt in advanced material of ellipse? Anybody? Single answer, more than one answer, anything? Setumde, is it from you? All right. Ellipse advanced material. Any other doubt? Anybody want to ask any doubts from hyperbola advanced material?
Sir, yes.
Sir, I have doubts from previous mains hyperbola.
What is this? I'm getting some as if somebody is calling, that kind of sound. You are also getting that? One or two times I got a sound as if I'm getting a call.
No,
Anybody
sir.
got
we
sound
didn't
like
get.
that? Huh?
No, sir.
No. Okay then. All right. Yes. Anybody? Any other doubt? Sriharsha, you want to ask some doubt?
Sir, I have doubts in previous mains, sir.
In hyperbola? Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, some disturbance in between. Okay. If I'm using Bluetooth speaker, can it be simultaneously connected to two mobiles?
So some Bluetooth speakers.
Achha, okay. So that's what happened actually. Some disturbance. Okay. Okay. Sriharsha, you have your past year mains questions PDF or something with you?
Yes, sir. I have the hard copy.
You want to screen share it?
Sir, I have the book, sir. I don't have the PDF.
Okay, okay.
But I have the PDF, sir. Can I share?
Yes. Do you have a facility to share?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I'll send it to you, sir.
Okay then, anything is okay. So whenever syllabus is over, now syllabus is not over, but after syllabus is over, it is very difficult to teach. Why? I have to only clarify doubts, right? After that, but if I have to clarify doubts, you have to ask doubts, na? If you have to ask doubts, you have to spend a lot of time. Okay, I got. It is there in my system somewhere. From almost 1.5 years, my computer is completely cluttered up after this COVID. So many PDF disks and all. I want to do something, but there's no time. Okay, hyperbola is in page number 19. Yes, tell Sriharsha which one you got out.
The 10th one.
Okay. Okay. When it will represent an ellipse or a hyperbola, with what eccentricity? Okay. Y square by 1 plus r minus x square by 1 minus r equal to 1. Okay. Let me give this minus here. I'll get x square by r minus 1 plus y square by r plus 1 equal to 1. Okay, now neither this should be 0 nor this should be 0. When both are positive, it's ellipse. And that too, when this is greater than this horizontal ellipse and this is greater than this vertical ellipse. And these two are equal, it will be a circle. And these are equal, not possible, right? Yeah. So first of all, if I take number line, where this is 0 or positive or negative depends on minus. If I take anything more than 1, this is positive and this is positive. And this is smaller than this. So it is always a vertical ellipse. So here it is ellipse and that too like this. Next, when r is between minus 1 to 1, okay, this is negative and this is positive, right? It is like x square by a square minus y square is equal to minus 1. So it is a hyperbola like this every time. You take anything between minus 1 to 1. If I take before minus 1, this is negative, it represents nothing, right? That's all.
Yes, sir. Got it.
Okay. Any other doubt?
Sir, 37.
Okay. A normal to the hyperbola meets the coordinate axis at A and B. The parallelogram. Okay, fine. OA, BP. I hope it is not OA, PB, but it's OA, BP. Okay, we have some hyperbola, and if you take the normal like this, is exact. This is O, this is A, this is B. So if you want the parallelogram, it is like this OA, BP, right? Okay. This is if I take this as x1 comma y1, whose locus I want to find. Is it possible to find A and B? it may be, if it is OA PB, it would have been easy. I'll take this x1, y1, this x1, this y1. Then I would have got. Maybe it is that, but not printed. I don't remember. Let me just see. What is the locus of? Okay, first I'll assume it is OA PB and do it. Then I want to do this presentation. Square by 9 minus y square by 4 equal to 1. Okay, x square by 9 minus y square by 4 equal to 1. Let us say the question would have been OA PB. It is not just a parallelogram, it is a rectangle. If you want this is x1, y1, this is x1 comma 0, this is 0 comma y1, this line is x by x1 plus y by y1 equal to 1. For it to be normal, we have a formula a square by L square, which is 1 by x1 whole square plus b square by m square 1 by y1 whole square equal to a square minus b square whole square by n square, which is 9 minus 4. Hyperbola is 9 plus 4 whole square by n square is 1. This is a 9x square plus 4y square equal to 13 square. Any such answer is there?
Yes, sir. Option A.
And that is the key? Most probably. Okay. So then I think the typing mistake should be OA PB. Is it okay?
It's given D, sir.
So given D, then it may be right. Then we'll do it. Okay. It is D only because the formula is this: a square by L square minus b square by m square equal to a square plus b square whole square by n square. Right? Okay.
Yes.
So it is OA PB only, not OA BP. What if it is OA BP? Let us do it. Okay. If I take this point as x1 comma y1, okay, the locus whose I have to find. Obviously, this is 0 comma y1, right? If this length is x1, this is also x1. This is x1 comma 0, right? Again, I'm getting same answer. Why is that? No. If this is x1, x1 is negative, I have to put minus x1 here. Oh, actually, what happened? Both locus are same. You know, one point is on this side and another point is on this side. But if y is replaced with minus y, our locus doesn't change anywhere. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
And moreover, what happened was, I'll tell you. Our locus itself is another hyperbola like this, little bigger one. And when you take your normal and join like this point is here. If you take parallelogram like this, it is this here. Okay. Either way, it is same only, no? Okay. So OA BP is correct only. Answer is fine. But OA PB, it is easier. No, little bit. Both are same. There's no difference. So the question is right. Let us keep it. Anyway, parallelogram is also they use the word. They did not use rectangle. So let it be question is right. Any other doubt?
Sir, 40, sir. Last.
Equation of a common tangent. Yeah. This is nothing difficult.
Sir,
X
40.
cube plus y cube equal to 1 may be confusing, but actually it is same as xy equal to 1. Is there any difference?
Sir, 40, sir, not 13.
Oh,
Not
sorry.
13.
Okay. If any tangent to this parabola intersects this at 2 points, the midpoint line of PQ lies in a parabola with axis along. Okay. So you want locus of the midpoint of PQ. Okay. Maybe you can visualize it and see it. Possible. Okay. First of all, you take a tangent to parabola. So parabola is vertical and the hyperbola is like this. You take some tangent, it intersects the hyperbola at 2 points. The locus of midpoint of that they want. Okay, take this midpoint as x1 comma y1. Okay, sorry, I did not write these equations. xy equal to 2 is this. This is y equal to x square by 4. Okay, if I take midpoint is x1 comma y1, equation of this line is s1 equal to s11. That is I know already that this is midpoint of these two, is midpoint of these two also. X by 2x1 plus y by let's calculate. X by 2x1 plus y by 2y1 equal to 1 is this line. This should be tangent to a parabola. I can use am square equal to ln if it is lx plus my plus n equal to 0, but it is vertical one. That is y equal to mx minus bm square. Okay. So let me write in y equal to mx plus c form this one. Y is equal to, if I send this one to that side, I'll get minus y1 by x1 into x plus 2y1. Okay, this is in the form of y equal to mx plus c. For it to be tangent to this, if you remember the formula, it is c equal to minus bm square for x square equal to 4by. If you don't remember, we will substitute this one here. We'll get a quadratic equation in terms of x and root 3. C is 2y1 minus b is 4b is 1 by 4, so b is 1 by 16. M is minus y1 by x1 whole square. 1y, 1y cancel, another y will be left. Minus is left. So I'll be getting 32 x square is equal to minus y. So I'm getting a downward parabola like this. Okay. In fact, let me make the question easier for you. Let us not bring hyperbola into the picture. I'll tell you why. The midpoint of these two, is it same as midpoint of these two?
Yes, sir.
Hyperbola property, right? Asymptote midpoint and hyperbola midpoint is same. So if you leave that, what is the question? Take different tangents to the parabola. It is intersecting x-axis by 2 points. What is the locus of that midpoint, right? Okay. Whether the answer is parabola or not, I don't know. But we take this tangent, find the midpoint. Take this tangent, find the midpoint. Take this tangent, find the midpoint. Take this tangent, find midpoint. I am sure you are getting some curve like this. Okay, definitely downward. So it is a parabola whose axis is y-axis and that too downward. So what is this? Parabola whose axis along y-axis with focus on negative y-axis. Answer is a parabola already mentioned. So I think we can visualize the question, provided you know this, that midpoint of chord of a hyperbola is same as midpoint of the same line as a chord to asymptotes. Okay, that's good. Anything else?
That's all, sir.
Okay. Very little
Sir,
time.
hyperbola advanced material.
You want to ask hyperbola advanced? Okay.
Sir, once explain 10th and 11th questions, sir.
In hyperbola advanced. Okay. These are the two things you're asking. Lakshmi?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Both are just actually theoretical. Given the vertices BC and the ratio of the tangents of the base of the angles. Okay, fine. Is it a single answer question only, right?
Yes,
okay.
sir.
Given the vertices, so base BC is fixed. Tangents of half of the base of the angles. Ratio of the tangent of the half of the half base angle. So tan B by 2 by tan C by 2 square. Okay. This is simple properties of triangle and hyperbola actually. They said basically tan B by 2 by tan C by 2 is constant. We have a triangle where this is 6 point, this is 6 point, this is a variable point, such that tan B by 2 by tan C by 2 is constant. But what is the formula for tan B by 2 in first year properties of triangle? Square root of S minus A into S minus C by S into S minus B. Am I right?
Yeah, sure.
Just 1 minute. Okay, so the S into, they give ratio only, 1 minute. Given the vertex of triangle and the ratio of tangents of half base angles. Okay, fine. And tan C by 2 is S minus A into S minus B by S into S minus C. I can cancel S minus A. So I'll get S minus C by S minus B is some constant. If it is a hyperbola, I have to just prove PA minus PB is constant. With this, can I prove that BC is fixed and C minus B is constant? Can I prove that? If I do component dividend of this, what will come? What is numerator plus denominator? 2S minus B plus. What is numerator minus denominator? B minus C is K plus 1 by K minus 1. This is A, right? A by B minus C is K plus 1 by K minus 1. A is constant, K is constant. So B minus C is a constant. Once B minus C, that is this minus this is a constant. PA minus PB is constant means hyperbola, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay, 10th, if the given base angle, the product of the tangents of the base angles has a negative constant and locus of the vertex. Okay, this you don't have to put properties of triangles, you just do normal, it will come. I'll tell you what I mean. Let us imagine the two fixed points are a comma 0 and minus a comma 0, and the variable point is x comma y. This is the triangle. There's a tan of this into tan of this. That is tan of this and tan of this. The product is constant. That's what they said, right? This slope is y by x plus a, and this slope is y by x minus a, is equal to k square. It is not minus k square because the slope is, they might have told tan of these two angles. I'm taking this, something like this. Anyway, you will get y square is equal to some k square into x square minus a square. If you bring this side, it is a hyperbola because x square, y square coefficients have opposite sign. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So just take x comma y and do it. Nothing to think much. They can ask this question in first year also, in straight lines. That product of these two slopes is constant. What is the locus of this point? We would have done this. But we don't know whether the answer is a hyperbola or not. We only know the equation. That's the only reason they ask here. Okay, one small thing I want to cover, both for ellipse and hyperbola. If you take an ellipse, if you take lot of parallel parts, all have slope m. I want to find locus of their midpoint. Locus of their midpoints. To take this point as x1, y1, what is the equation? X1 by a square plus y1 by b square equal to 1. What is the slope of this? Minus of x1 by a square by y1 by b square. That is minus b square x1 by, minus a by b, minus b square x1 by a square y1. If I equate it to m and send that side properly, I'll get y is equal to minus b square by a square m into x. Okay. So listen carefully. For ellipse and hyperbola, any line passing through center we can call diameter. But the definition is not actually that. You take set of parallel chords, take all their midpoints and join that is a straight line, and that is called diameter. So when I took a set of parallel lines with slope m, and I took their midpoints and find the locus of their midpoints, I got another line which is passing the origin. That means every time diameter will pass the origin. Okay. So now there are two lines, they are called conjugate diameters. What is that? You take lot of parallel lines like this, which all have slope m. And in that one diameter is also there. And take all their midpoint is another diameter. This diameter and this diameter are called conjugate diameter. What does it mean is, this diameter will bisect, okay, This is one diameter, this one diameter. What this diameter is doing? Is bisecting all the chords parallel to other diameter. And what is this diameter is doing? If you draw parallel chords like this, parallel lines, sorry. Okay. So this diameter is bisecting all the parallel chords parallel to this. So we have ellipse, we have two diameters. What this diameter will do? You draw any parallel chord to the other diameter, it will bisect. And what does this will do? Draw any parallel chord to this will bisect that. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now, if somebody says this is one diameter and other diameter is little slant like this. If this slope is m, what is the slope of this we got? Minus b square by a square m. Correct? Yeah. If you multiply these two, what will come?
Minus b square by.
Okay, that is the condition. So whenever two diameters are there like this, if this slope is m1, this slope is m2, and if they are conjugate diameter. Conjugate diameters means, as I said, one diameter should bisect the chords parallel to the other diameter. Then the product of the slopes will be minus b square by a square in ellipse. If it is in hyperbola, plus b square by a square. Okay. Of course, I am not saying it is a stand that they'll ask a lot of questions on this, but they can give a passage defining what is conjugate diameter. They can give some details. For example, if these are the two conjugate diameters, if I take this point as a cos theta comma b sin theta, this point I think will be a sin theta comma b cos theta. This obviously opposite point is a cos theta comma b sin theta. Why? What is this slope and this slope? Product should come minus b square by a square, no? So I think this should be minus a sin theta. Yeah. What is the slope now? If you join to origin, b sin theta by a cos theta. And what is this point? B cos theta by minus a sin theta. You can see cos cancel, sin cancel. Product of the slopes came minus b square by a square. So yeah, so these are the ends, and this will be a sin theta comma minus b cos theta. If you join them, all of them like this, they'll form a parallelogram. Okay. Yes. Okay, so this is some idea, not so much. This point is any line passing through center is a diameter, but more proper definition is take set of parallel chords, take all their midpoints and join, you'll get another line passing through center, that is called diameter. And this diameter, conjugate diameters, and the product of their slopes is minus b square by a square in ellipse plus b square by a square in hyperbola. Okay, this is just not required for mains and all. In advanced exam, usually they can define it and give it if they want. All right, we'll